Welcome to Friday Fish Facts. I'm your host, Ron DeSantis. We have got Bob Steenfott in the house today from Steenfott Aquatics. Bob, hello.
Hello, and hello, everyone. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think so. Let me just double check. I think we can.
Yep.
Yep, we can. We can hear you.
I don't know. For some reason, I have a line through my microphone, so it looks like it's turned off. But if you can hear me, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. And thank you very much for Sim Racing 604. Congrats. So, Bob's channel, he likes to kind of say hello to everybody as we come in. I feel kind of weird doing that with Bob here. Like almost Bob should kind of say hello to everyone in the chat, right? Because that's
All right. Well, hello,
yours?
Superior Guppy, Jeffro, Sim Racing, Prolific Breed, Mr. B's Fishing Thing, Lisa. Hello, Lucas is here. Wow, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Lucas.
You got a real celebrity here, and I think that's it so far.
Mr. Yeah. So thanks everyone for coming in. I think I might have made a mistake as far as setting the time for this one and accidentally put half an hour ago, but I meant 7 o'clock. So we're here. We're ready to go. So Bob, let's start right at the beginning. How old were you when you started keeping fish?
Honestly, I don't know that question. Definitely a teenager, like young teenager. I think I started keeping reptiles at like 11 or 12 and then fish shortly after.
Your channel kind of started off that way as well, right? You kind of, at least the first one was with reptiles, and then you got more into fish, and now you've kind of fallen back into the reptile thing.
Yeah, so my channel didn't really start with reptiles. I just uploaded one reptile video like years and years ago. It was I think the second video I ever uploaded. And then I didn't do anything for like a year. And then I started posting like just 1-2 minute clips of random fish I had. And then just kind of went from there.
So the first one that you kind of did was one that you had called Blue Neon. And that one, it wasn't your first video, but it was your first one with significant amount of views. I think it's got around 2,000 views now.
After yeah, actually, that video, when I first released that video, so there was like probably 30 videos before that, but I've since deleted them or made them private.
Yeah.
But that one was the first one that actually got views. And so like every day I would check it and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's at 100 views. And then like 2 months later, I'm like, oh, it's almost at 1,000. Like I would sit here and watch every single day until it hit 1,000 views. And I was so happy.
I was like that too. When I've actually been on YouTube for a year on Sunday. So on Sunday on my first day, I uploaded 2 videos, and the second one was just like fish swimming, and it got 1,000 views. I'm like, oh, this is so easy. And then it wasn't.
Yeah, the videos after got like 20 views, but I didn't care. I was like, I just kept watching this one. I'm like, come on, let's get 1,000.
And mine too, barely crawled to 20. So what's the coolest fish you've ever owned, Bob?
Oh man, I don't even know. Probably, I would say my hairy puffer is up there, even though I only had it for about 3 months before it died, and I don't know why it died. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that video is still on my channel, but literally I made a video of it eating snails, and the next day it was dead. But that's definitely one of the coolest fish I've owned, and I hope to have another one someday. Pretty much any puffer is going to be towards the top.
How is Little Steen doing?
Great. He's just sitting in the garage. We're going to have our first cold snap here, so we'll see how that goes. He's in a 240 with two 300-watt heaters, and so far we've got down into like the 20s, and it hasn't been a problem. So
that's awesome. Lisa's Fishbowl has got Lisa's Fishbowl Life. What was the first fish that made you want to keep going with fish?
The very first fish was a bala shark. I'll always remember that as a kid. I wanted bala sharks. I wanted rainbow sharks, red tail shark, like that black sharks back. Anything with shark in the name, and that's what I wanted. Yeah. I was just a kid, and like sharks are cool.
I still have bala sharks in here.
Yeah, I have one that I've somehow stunted. I'm not sure how, and I feel bad for it because it's like, to me, it's one of those fish that people probably shouldn't keep. But I got it like way back before I knew as much as I know now.
I know I probably shouldn't have a couple either. It's a 220 behind me, but my kids absolutely love them. So sometimes I cave because I want them to stay interested in the hobby too. So, I can't just keep saying no. Sometimes I'm like, all right, even though I know it's not the greatest decision.
Yeah, one of my like dream tanks would be just a massive tank with a huge school of ball of sharks.
That would be.
But it would have to be like thousands of gallons.
But like a pool.
Exactly.
I've got another question here for you. How did you meet Cory?
Cory, I actually used to work by Aquarium Co-op, and you know, I did like tech support for a company, and I would just sit on the internet and research fish all day. And then one day I was like, huh, I wonder if there's any like fish shops around here. And so I just Googled it and I was like, oh, Aquarium Co-op is like 2 miles away from me. So I just went there and then I just kept going back. And this was before he was on YouTube too. So he was a lot more available. And it was closer to when he opened Aquarium Co-op. So he was there like every day and we just started talking and just built the relationship that way. And then he started YouTube. And well, he started YouTube like way before he started taking it seriously. And then when he started taking it seriously, like I was also uploading videos, but I was like, hey, that actually looks pretty fun. And so we would like spend all night, like just for, it must have been like a year, just like theory crafting YouTube. And so, yeah, we kind of built a relationship that way.
Well, that's pretty cool. We got a few more people in the chat here that we need to say hello to. Danks Tanks, Lisa KG Tropicals, Mile High Plecos, Rob93, Candy Overhauls, and if I missed anybody, I apologize. I think Blue Water was there. Hello, Blue Water. So we're just kind of doing the regular format here. I've got my list of questions for Bob here tonight, and if anybody else has a question, I will do my best to get to it in the chat. Depends on how backed up we get. So, Bob, I got another question for you. Was Cory the one that got you into YouTube? You kind of already just answered that by saying you were already uploading as well.
Yeah.
But did he help kind of give you a push? You're in some of his early videos too.
Yeah,
like
we used to like collab on live streams, and but yeah, he was definitely an inspiration.
I got a question from Mr. B's. Brandon, how many hours a day, week do you spend on aquarium maintenance, reptile maintenance, and YouTubing?
All right, so here's my schedule. Like Monday through Thursdays, I work 4 10s, and I get up at 4 o'clock. So by the time I get home, I'm pretty tired. I do my live streams on Monday. So I get home, I have like an hour before my live stream starts, and then I take care of my dogs, and I pretty much go to bed. You know, just feed the fish. Tuesday, I'll do a couple water changes, film, and then Wednesday I don't do anything YouTube related. Except for today. Wednesday is like my day off from YouTube.
Well, we
so
appreciate
it's just like a chill, kind of relaxed day for me. And Thursday being my Friday, like I'll edit whatever I filmed on Tuesday or continue filming. And then Friday is like all day YouTube. And then Saturday is kind of whatever is left over. And then Sunday is kind of like a relaxed day for me. But as far as hours on YouTube and fish maintenance, is probably at least 40 hours a week.
We got a few more people here. Joe Munoz, Cameron learning to fish keep, Monsters Fish, Baldock's Tropicana. Rachel O'Leary is in the house. So, Bob, you did a interview with Rachel. Tell us about that. Did you enjoy that experience?
I think it's my most popular live stream. Rachel and I have become good friends thanks to YouTube. And actually, YouTube is pretty much where I got all my friends now. Spent so much time here, you know, it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, having guests on, it's fun. It can be difficult schedule-wise, but it's always fun. It's
super fun. I mean, the whole reason I want to do this is because I get to meet my favorite fish people, and you know, get a little entertainment for everyone too at the same time. You're the second fish tuber, actually, I believe, that has done a live stream. Is that correct? And how did the early ones go?
Oh man, I don't know why, but for some reason, people are watching my early ones. They're because every day I check my analytics on what's being watched.
Yeah.
And for some reason, like my super old, just horrendous live streams. Like there's one where I didn't even talk for like the first 6 minutes. It's just quiet. And I'm just like staring at the camera. Like, oh, it's so bad. I don't know why people are watching it, but come a long way. I haven't really done any improvements to my live stream in probably over a year now. So I've kind of been thinking about like what I could do, but I don't know. Like it's such a small amount of time during my week. You know, it's like I don't want to dedicate more time to trying to spruce up my live stream. I don't know if that makes sense.
Is your goal to be a full-time YouTuber?
Yes and no. Like
you
it's
think you
always
could
a
get there?
dream, but it's so far off. Like I could quit and survive off YouTube right now, but like I couldn't buy sweet fish. I couldn't waste money on stupid stuff. So I still work, but I mean, obviously, like everyone would like to work for themselves and have their own schedule, and YouTube does allow that. Maybe someday, we'll see.
You're big into other kinds of animals as well, reptiles, your dogs. What is your favorite type of animal?
Dogs for sure. Like there's not even a close second.
I'm a dog man myself.
Yeah,
but Fisher second. I got to put him second.
Yeah, I would probably tie it with fish and reptiles, and only because I think you can have. I think there's a lot more reptiles that you can bond with than there are fish. Like the first bond I ever felt with a fish was my goldfish, and like I've had a lot of reptiles that I've bonded with, but only one fish. So I would actually probably put reptiles ahead of fish, but yeah, fish would definitely be like a close third.
I got to say hello to a couple more people here. Aquafunk is in the house. Aquarium's Anonymous, fellow Canadian, is in the house as well. Hey guys, how you doing? And of course, Rachel O'Leary is Fisher always first. But we kind of expected that from Rachel. Bob, when you did that live stream with Rachel, you had a screen thing. That was on Google Hangouts, or was that another program?
Oh, you know what? Actually, that was Skype.
Oh, that was Skype.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know the one I did with. I guess I still have Facebook open. And now I lost my chat. The one I did with Simply Beta was Skype. I think Rachel was Skype. I don't remember. If we were both on the screen at the same time, then it's Skype.
Oddball Aquatics, hello. There's another one here. Passion for Pets, hello. You haven't done much lately on your gaming channel, and you have said that you're a kind of busy guy, but is that something you'd like to get into if you had a little more time?
Probably if like YouTube was a full-time thing, I might promote that channel. Like I quit promoting it. I quit pretty much live streaming. And it's because like it's fun to live stream with Jimmy and, you know, Lep Diesel back in the day, and Cory was even on there once.
Yeah.
But just gaming by yourself is just not as much fun. So
my buddy who's on here, Sim Racing 604, he's Sim Racing's not as big as the fishtube guys, but he's one of the top guys. He's the one who's pushed me to start doing YouTube. But that's all he does. Just races for 30 to 40 minutes and posts it and gets tens of thousands of views every time. So
wow,
there is a market for it.
Yeah, I would feel like it's super saturated. Like so many gaming channels. And then like I tried Twitch for a minute and I was like way out of my element. I have no idea what's going on over there. I'm far too old for Twitch, so I came back to YouTube. Like, it didn't transfer over well. Like, all my followers were like, "What in the world is Twitch?" I think I got like 2 followers, and it was like Candy and Nisi.
Yeah, you know, had a few people say you should try Twitch as well. I'm like, I'm not gonna go over there. Hello, Mandy, my hectic life pets. Hello, K-Town Reefer. So, Bob, you going to AGA this year?
I don't think I'm going to go to AGA. If there's any like get-togethers or meets afterwards, I'll probably go to that. But as far as AGA, all the workshops are already sold out, and you can only buy a 3-day pass. You can't buy like a 1-day pass. So I probably won't go to it.
I know what you mean. I am going, but I'm only going for Saturday and Sunday. Sunday's the auction, and I love auctions. I got to go to that. And then I'm going to Saturday. You can still attend the talks, apparently. You just can't get the swag. And then I'm going to the banquet after that. So should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. The Greater Seattle Aquarium Society. You're a member. How often are you going to the meetings there?
I'm actually not a member. And haven't been a member for years.
But you used to be a member, right?
I used to be a member when I can go to the meetings. I used to work graveyard and have like Tuesdays off. They do their meetings Tuesday night, downtown Seattle at 7, and sometimes they run till 11 o'clock. And then I don't get home until like midnight or 1. So since I don't go to the meetings, I haven't renewed my membership in quite a while.
That makes sense. That's where you got Gary Lang's rainbow fish through, though, right?
Yeah. Yep. Well, no, I got it from other Greater Seattle members. So they bought fish, bred them, and then I got the fry from those.
Okay. So have you met Gary Lang?
Yeah. I've met him 2 or 3 times. I've met him at all the aquatic experiences, except for the one in Jersey. He wasn't there, or if he was, I didn't see him. But the 2 prior to that, I met him then.
You've met like almost everybody on YouTube. Is there anybody out there that you haven't met that you would really like to meet?
Well, I mean, it would be cool to meet everyone, and I don't want to like say one person and then
Are there a few people you haven't met yet?
I think I've met just about I think I've met all the bigger channels.
You've met all the bigger ones, just not the
But there's a lot of channels that sit at like the 1,000 sub range or 500, 2,000. Those are the people that I like to meet.
Well, hey, I'd like to meet you too.
I know. I've even met Terry, but I still haven't met you somehow. And he doesn't even have a YouTube channel.
Terry, I know. Terry was very excited for today's live stream for sure. He couldn't stop talking about that one.
And what's weird is I have the worst memory in the world, but for some reason I've never forget his worst day in fish keeping story that he was telling me about. I don't know why.
The one where he melted his entire tank and didn't tell his wife how much it was worth.
Yep.
Just a lesson for you folks at home. Don't open chemicals over top of your tank into a measuring cup, because you might accidentally drop the entire thing in there and 30 minutes later lose your entire tank. I think it was a 77-gallon full of African cichlids, if memory serves. So, Bob, you did a video on show quality bettas that got 250,000 views. I believe that is your top video. How do you make a video with 250,000 views?
Well, that's a very bad video, so I'm not sure how. There's another video of mine that's been going kind of crazy lately the last 3 months. And it's the one where I didn't clean my canister filter for a couple years, and it's just a really bad video, and I don't know why YouTube decides to promote that one, but it went from 5,000 views to 70 over the last couple months. I don't know. You make a video that you're proud of and nobody watches it, and then you put together some quick piece of junk video and YouTube promotes the crap out of it. I don't get it. The betta video the thing about the betta video is it wasn't even viral. It's just been constant for 2 years straight. So I don't really understand.
Sorry about that. I'm just having a little bit of an issue here. Okay, I'm back. Some of your intros are the absolute best intros on YouTube. Which one is the favorite one that you've done so far?
My favorite intro is the Back to the Future one. If you're talking about those type of intros, lately I've been trying to copy Jimmy and kind of do more cinematic intros. Because now Jimmy is probably my biggest inspiration on YouTube right now. So you just copy him, hopefully find your own style along the way. And you got your first super chat ever, I believe. The Fishy Mailman, $5 super chat. Who's this Bob guy? I think he has a reptile channel. LOL, thanks for the stream, guys. Well, thank you, Fishy Fan Mail, or Fishy Mailman.
I appreciate that, Fishy Mailman. I was just telling Bob that about 5 hours ago I got monetized. So this is my first video that I've had monetized, and that is my very first super chat. I will always remember it. Thank you very much. I will probably always remember it because I'll never have another one. But thank you very much. That's awesome.
Oh, you'll get more. You'll get more. Definitely.
And Terry Lindsay's saying that it was a 40-gallon breeder full of rare, very rare Aphistogrammas.
Yeah, I thought it was Apistos, but I figured you'd probably know better than me, so I didn't want to correct you.
We've been talking a lot about Apistos lately and dwarf cichlids and kind of maybe getting into doing some of that.
Oh, I love them. I wish I had room for like just a ton of Apisto tanks. That would be awesome.
So if you had your choice between Apistos, Cribs, or Rams, which one would you go with?
Oh, Apistos all the way.
Cockatoidy?
I don't know that I could pick one. My favorite is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's the Benchai, or the common name is Inca 50, whatever that's from. I have no idea. But it's like BAENSCHI, something like that.
Cool. So like we normally do, like I do have all my questions here, but people have been flooding in lately. Thank you very much for everyone saying congratulations to me for hitting that monetize. Oh, thank you very much. Candy Overhauls, $5 super chat. Congrats on getting monetized. Thank you very much. And Rachel O'Leary is helping you out with some pronunciation there, Bob.
Well, with the spelling, but I still don't know how to pronounce that. But that's just the correct spelling.
So if anyone wants to bring their questions, please bring their questions. Thank you very much, Jesse H.E. Aqua, on the congratulations as well. I'm going to keep going with my questions because I've got a lot of questions for Bob, because Bob, I mean, in all honesty, when I first started watching videos on YouTube, I was kind of Googling things and trying to find information because I was kind of just getting back into the hobby. Like I bred guppies and stuff when I was a kid, but I got out of it for a while, getting back into it. So Aquarium Co-op was the first one that came around, just because I would Google things and his videos would come up. His live streams, the next ones I found were Steenfott Aquatics. And I've been watching him ever since, way before I had a channel, before I even knew about subscribing. So anyway, Bob, I've been a fan for a long time.
Well, that's awesome. I appreciate it.
JQ channel, hello. Full Moon Aquatics, hello. TJ's Fish and Reptiles, hello. So, Bob, when did you discover rainbow fish?
Oh, man. I think it was actually one of the first fish when I got back into the hobby. I think I went to maybe Petco or PetSmart, probably PetSmart, and saw Bose Monty rainbows. And I was like, holy cow, those things are awesome. And now I'm looking at them and they look like crap compared to like Gary Lang Bose Monty, but that's what got me into them. And then when I saw them and just looking at them, and I found Dustin's Fish Tanks was the first channel that I got in, I found when I got into YouTube, because he has a lot of rainbows. So that was one of the first things I Googled. But that's pretty much, I just saw it at like a PetSmart. I saw one.
You're lucky that your PetSmart has one. Our PetSmart is very basic. You have to go to like I've got a few Bosemontis in here, but you have to go to like a specialty pet store and you get them like this. So you don't know if they're male or female. They barely have any color, and then they get bigger and then they look like that. There's a red one right there too.
Yeah, actually my PetSmart here has a few different rainbow fish, which is kind of surprising. Dean's Fish is here. Hello, Dean.
Dean's Fish, yeah. Thank you for having me on last week. Thanks for being here, Dean. Really appreciate that. Oh, and a $10 super chat from Mile High Plecos. Did you know plecos are cooler than rainbow fish? Bob, would you like to answer that?
Some plecos are cooler than some rainbows, and some rainbows are cooler than a lot of plecos.
I'm a big pleco guy too, and I know you are, and that kind of brings us to a question from Tom at TM Aquatics. Any plans on getting more L397s and turning them into a breeding project?
Not in the near future. So the L397 I got was like the first one I've seen available ever, without going like retail, not going through like a breeder or Aquabid or something like that.
Yeah.
But right now they're too expensive for me to get a ton of them. Well, like a ton, but like a group of like 6 of them would be like $600, and it's just not in the budget right now.
I've got a 3-part question here from the Fish Tank Barn. Mike, how? When will Bob's fish room be done? What is your holy grail fish and your holy grail reptile? So
the fish room is never going to be done. Like I've given up on finishing it. It's constantly evolving, constantly changing, especially now that when I started redoing it, like I wasn't really keeping reptiles, and now I'm keeping reptiles. So now I'm taking down tanks and moving stuff again. And now after building the paludarium over the last month, now it's like, man, this is actually really fun, and I want to do more paludariums now. So now I'm still like kind of in this weird place of where I want to go with the fish room. And I've done a couple like rescapes without cleaning my fish room. So now I'm like 3 or 4 projects deep into not cleaning up my projects. So now my next project is cleaning the fish room. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's just always going to be evolving. I don't even know that I would call it a fish room right now, just because I really don't have a lot of tanks up and running right now. As far as what was the next one, Holy Grail fish?
Yeah.
Definitely the Bentachromis tricotti, which is not a Bentachromis. I don't remember what they got reclassified as, but it's a Lake Tanganyikan feather fin type of fish. They get really big and they have really long lyre tails, and they're like neon blue and they have yellows in them. Really nice. Another expensive fish. And then what was the third? I think there was a third question.
The Holy Grail reptile.
The Europlatus fantasticus, which is a leaf-tail gecko. It's called a satanic leaf-tail gecko.
Aquafunk says that his Holy Grail fish is a mermaid with cornrows.
Cornrows? All right.
I got a question from Daniel McCoy. Can you help? I have algae on my plants. Main tank ferts, but I do not have the best light.
Well, I mean, it would depend on what kind of algae it is. So, like green spot algae, I think is potassium deficiency. If you're having like the brown algae, you're probably overfeeding too much. So yeah, it really depends on what kind of algae.
Got a question from Jesse, HC Aqua. Bob, is rainbow fish still your favorite, or do you have a new favorite?
No, I think rainbow fish will always be my favorite. Definitely plecos are probably second. Then dwarf cichlids like apistos. There's Nanochromis, which is a West African dwarf cichlid, which are amazing. I'd like to get those again. Yeah, so I guess that would be like my top 3 categories of fish.
Do you ever come up to Canada, Bob?
No, I'm not allowed. I can't cross the border.
No passport?
Other reasons.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I've taken the Victoria Clipper up to Victoria. But that's about it. Otherwise, I don't really make the trip too often.
Well, you know, I'm up here, Flynn's up here, Dean's up here sometimes, Jerry Lindsay's up here. You know, we could have a little fishy get together sometime if you ever come up. Yeah,
and it would be cool to go tour Flynn's fish store.
Totally. I didn't know he was working there yet, and I'd only met him once. So what happened? He'd reached out to like try and meet up sometime, and it didn't work out. And then our club was having the fish auction in November. So I said, hey, do you want to come to this? So he came, I met him, I met his dad. He bought some L144s and is trying to breed them. He's had some wigglers, just nothing big yet. But so then anyway, you know, I hadn't seen him again. And then I walk into Rogers, like my kids need to use the bathroom, barrel in. I almost run into this guy sitting there. He looks up and it's Flynn. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You work here? That was kind of cool.
Nice. Yeah, it'd be really cool to come up there.
For sure. Well, here we go. We got another question. Lisa's Fishbowl Life. Bob, I'm so sad I didn't see your channel before like a week ago, but I'm so glad I've been able to watch your videos and catch up with your channel. That's Lisa's Fishbowl Life.
Ah, well, thank you, Lisa. I guess, see, there's been somebody going through and watching a lot of old videos. I guess it was you.
It's Lisa over and over again, and me while I'm doing my research. Just like to say hello to King Lee from Twin City Guppies. He's in the house. Hello, King. Is this the one? So good. Any more Jimmy collabs coming along?
Yeah, so we have a video coming out on the Ford Shelby truck that we did probably in the next, maybe this week, maybe next week. And then we're also planning some other stuff, but we can't really say. But he's leaving to move back to Ohio in 6 months. And so we've got a couple projects that we're trying to bust out before then.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. He's moving back to Ohio, eh?
Yep.
So is Cory's back on it, doing his own filming?
I thought that was public info. If it's not, I'm sorry, Jimmy. I could have swore he said it somewhere. So hopefully that wasn't like private info.
I'm sure he did. I just missed it. Hello,
And
Dean.
as far as like his work, what he's doing for work, I don't know. I don't really talk to him about that stuff.
Just like to say hello to the Cove and hello to Battle Brew. Oh, and Battle Brew is saying it was public. So there you go. And same with Candy. She can back you up.
Good.
I missed that one too, but that's cool. I saw his video today though with Dean. That was a good one.
Maybe he showed me that intro. He showed me that intro a while ago, and he's like, "I'm not gonna put it in a video." And I'm like, "Dude, totally put it in a video."
Totally put it in a video.
And then like in the video, he's like, "This is not my real intro."
Well, it didn't really go along with the video, but still, it was so cool.
Yeah, I think that's like, that's what you should expect from Jimmy. Like really cool videography, really cool editing, whether it has to do with fish or not. Like, just subscribe to his channel because it's freaking awesome.
Chance, knock it off.
Everything okay over there?
Yep.
You prefer the plop and drop when you're getting fish shipped to you, correct?
Yep, absolutely.
But then when you got the Gary Lang's rainbows, that time you did the drip. Is there any reason why you switched, or did you just do it for that one in particular?
I did it for that one in particular because Gary Lang said to do it. And when Gary Lang tells you to do something, you do it.
So you've always been a plop and drop guy when you ship fish?
Yeah. And actually, I forgot that I did get those are the only fish that I've got directly from Gary Lang. All the other ones I've got from the club from Gary Lang, because Gary Lang brings all his fish to clubs, but he actually emailed our club and said he had all these fish. And I was like, I will take as many as you got. And he's like, well, I'm not really selling them so people can resell them. I'm like, well, I'm not reselling them. And that was before I met him. And then
did he know he knew who you were then?
No, he had no idea who I was.
Oh yeah.
But he just thought I was, because he was only selling them for $3, which is insanely cheap. And so I was like, I don't care how many you got, I'll buy them all. And he's like, well, I don't want people reselling my fish. That's not why I'm doing this. And so I actually had to name drop Cory just to get him to sell me the fish. I'm like, look, I'm a friend with Cory. He told me to message you. I'm not reselling them, blah, blah, blah. And then like 6 months later, we went to the aquatic experience. And I was like, I'm the guy that got the rainbow fish. I'm not, I'm legit. And that was the first time I met him.
You used to have a segment called New Fish Friday, and you were buying fish like every week. How often are you buying fish now?
Probably maybe once a month. I think I went like 3 months without getting any. But usually maybe once a month.
How many tanks?
I don't have my breeding fish for profit tank, and that used to pay for all those fish. So.
Yeah. How many tanks have you got going on right now?
Oh man. So at my height, I had over 30. I maybe have like 10 or 12 right now.
And are you going to build it back up, or you seem to kind of be moving more into the reptile direction? You're going to kind of grow that part of your hobby more?
So like my original plan when I was going to redo the fish room, when I planned it out, was to have like my 125s on a wall, 75s on a wall, 40 breeders on a wall, and then like 20 gallons on a wall. And now I was like, I want to dedicate a wall to reptiles and redo that. So like it's always changing. I don't think I'll never have more reptiles than I'll have fish, because reptiles are stupid expensive. But in a perfect world, it'd be like 50-50.
Got a couple more people in here. Cichlids23, Reels Tanks. And Kingley says, is it weird that it's minus 40 outside and I'm buying ice cream? No, it is not weird. Ice cream is good. It was freezing here the other day, and I went to Dairy Queen, and it was delicious. So
yeah, the ice cream's probably warming you up.
Yeah. Got a question from Battle Brew. Bob, you still rocking the 55 with cherry shrimp, super red bristlenose, and guppies?
Yes, so that is my breeding fish for profit tank. I still have it. There's probably maybe 10 plecos in it, maybe a dozen or two guppies. Still a ton of cherry shrimp, but I don't mass produce them like I was before. I was doing water changes like every 3 days, massive feedings every day, and just really pumping them all out. I don't do that anymore though. I just don't have the time.
Do you just sell to local people?
I only took them to my local fish store. I didn't sell any of them locally.
How often do you get asked by people, especially on your live streams, about do you ship fish and all that kind of stuff?
Not as much as I used to. I think it's really settled down. But then I opened up a can of worms, I think 2 weeks ago, when I said I was thinking about shipping fish.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's you know, in a perfect world, I would ship them, but I just really hate going to the post office. So, and I hate the hassle of it. The customer service side of it, I don't know that I would like. There's people that email me, and it takes me like a month to email them back. So, as you can figure out. But yeah, so I don't know, and like I don't want to answer the questions like, oh, I'm selling rainbow fish. Oh, can I keep them in a 5-gallon?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, exactly. I don't want to deal with those emails. Rachel O'Leary tells me how many thousands of emails she gets a day. I just don't want to deal with that. It really turns me off.
You had a tab in your community tab a while ago about what do you like better, plecos or Corys? And I thought, hands down, plecos were going to run away with it. But Corys ended up winning that one. I've kind of recently got into Corys only because like my son really likes them, and so then he got really interested. So now I'm kind of getting more into it. What's your favorite pleco and what's your favorite Cory?
My favorite pleco is the L397 that I finally got after years of wanting one. And my favorite Cory, I always forget because it's unobtainable. Like I've never seen it for sale. But I want to say it's the CW111. I'm going to Google it right now.
Okay. Maybe we can see what it looks like then.
Yeah, you'll have to look it up on your own.
Okay.
I'm looking it up on my phone, so I can't like screen share. Yeah, if you look up the Corydora's CW111, it's kind of like a zebra pleco, and it has just a massive, oh my gosh. I'm totally forgetting about the fin that's on the back. I'm gonna brain fart.
Is that because King Lee just asked if you're shipping to Canada?
Yeah, dorsal fin. It's super high, but it's got that black and white like a zebra pleco.
Do you miss having your zebra plecos? You have one left, right?
I do have one left, and I don't really miss them. I had them for like maybe over 3 years.
Is it stressful having fish that cost that much money?
No, not at all. I think people associate more expensive fish as being harder to keep, which is just not the case. You know, a zebra pleco is just as hardy as like a $20 king tiger pleco. You know, just a regular. It's just a hypensisterus, so it's really not any harder than. I don't know that there's any pleco that's like really hard to keep unless you get into like an Adonis pleco that's like 5 feet long or something. But yeah, I think people associate price with how hard it is to keep them, which is just not the case.
Hello, Melvin. That's Steenfott Aquatics 4'11" Legacy. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. Bob, you're doing a lot of charity stuff with doing drives for, I think it was the SPCA. And you did the football player, which was Keenan?
Yep.
Keenan, yeah. So that's a big part of your life, trying to give back to charity. That was my favorite. My wife's favorite video that you ever did was when you went and you bought him the puffer.
Yeah, that's my favorite video. The one where we donated to the pound is my second favorite video. In a perfect world, like that would be my dream, is to run like a nonprofit or something like that where I could just somehow get a bunch of money for nothing and just give it away. But it's actually, I don't know why it's so hard. Like I used to do the Tanks for Teachers things, and like I don't know if people think that I'm like trying to hustle them or like scam them, but trying to give away free stuff is a lot harder than it seems. Like I've been emailing all kinds of wildlife sanctuaries, rescues, and like they'll email me back once and be like, oh yeah, we take donations and this and that. And I'm like, well, let's do it. Send me the list. What do you need? And then I never hear back. And I'm just like, why is it so hard to just help people? I don't understand.
Got a question from Skipper's Aquariums, which he's asking me what pleco you can keep and stay small. It can be in 76 degrees. Well, you can keep autos or actually plecos. So you could keep plecos in a small tank, but you need a little group of them. Clown pleco. What do you think, Bob?
I'm sorry, I missed the question. My dog was bugging me.
What pleco can you keep that stays small that can be in a 76-degree tank?
Oh, the Ancestris, Claro, the LDA08. It's like a dwarf bushy nose pleco.
Not the easiest to find, but there you go.
They're coming. They're more common. You should be able to get like a local fish store to special order them for you now. I see them on the wholesale list a lot now.
Got a question from Brandon. Does Bob ever regret telling us he's never eaten pie?
No. Well, I mean, a lot like I almost felt bad because the turtle girl was like gonna make me a pie, and I'm like, I'm not gonna give in to peer pressure. Like I'm not gonna eat it.
Well, she made Dean cookies. Maybe she can make you cookies.
Oh yeah, she brought me cookies. And I'm just not a big sweets person. Like I don't have like a sugar, just I don't know, like candy, all that stuff just doesn't really do it for me. But the cookies were really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Lumpy Dog saying, "Who is this Steenfott guy? Looking good, Bob."
Lumpy Dog in the house.
Bob, what is the coolest fish that you have ever bred?
Probably my Parasiprochromis, and I don't know that they're the coolest fish that I've ever bred. I would say they're up there. They're super easy to breed. Obviously, they're an African cichlid, so there's just anybody can breed those. But that was probably like the most excited I've been about any of my fish breeding.
Is that the coolest fish that you've ever had?
That I've ever had?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably gonna go with the puffer.
Yeah, still the puffers.
Right on. So, Bob, your regular uploading time is Mondays at 5 o'clock Pacific, which is your live stream, and then Fridays, right?
Nope.
Saturday.
Nope.
Sunday. Monday. Tuesday.
To be fair, like I don't have a schedule, and I always try to at least do an upload every Sunday and then a live stream on Monday, so you can always count on that. Sometimes I throw in like quick live streams during the week or drop a video every once in a while. But I got away from the schedule a long time ago, and I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of do it as I go along now.
You used to do the Monday and Thursday. Would you ever go back to doing 2 live streams a week?
So I used to do Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Then I did Mondays and Thursdays, and now I just do Mondays. I don't think I'll ever go back to 2 a week. I think the 1 a week I've been doing for a really long time, and I really enjoy it. So
weren't you saying you've only missed like 1 or 2?
So my live stream has never been missed. I have missed 1, and that's when Cory and Jimmy stepped in for me at a last minute emergency. But yeah, that's the only one that I missed, but it was still on air, so I at least got that. I got the asterisks.
Cool. Well, if nobody else has any questions tonight, then we are going to let Bob go. Bob, I want to thank you so much for coming on tonight. It's been awesome. I mean, you were one of the first people that I asked to come on, and I'm so happy that we finally got a chance to make it work.
Yeah, I was one of the first people you asked, and like one of the last people on.
Not at all. Everyone's busy. It's hard.
Who's been your favorite guest?
You.
Oh no, don't. That doesn't. Jeez, shut up. No, really.
Any other questions that we have for Bob? But you know what? So many people, everyone that I've had on has been awesome, honestly. Like, first of all, for taking the time out to come on my stupid, small little channel. I really appreciate that. I get a chance to meet you guys. People in the chat get a chance to ask you some questions. And because a lot of the times you're on, there's a lot of people on your own streams, so it's hard to get through sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of do this for the little people. And
so who do you have scheduled? Like who's coming? Who's down the pipe?
Down the pipe, we have got Rob from Steenfott Aquatics is going to be on. We've got Bentley is going to be on. We've got Flynn's going to be on. Ray's Aquaria is going to be on. There's a few more maybes in there, so I don't want to say yet. But got those.
That's
guys.
Awesome. Bentley would be Bentley is like super knowledgeable. I think think people kind of misunderstand me and my channel. Like they think I'm an expert just because I'm on YouTube, but I really don't know anything. Bentley is one of the people that actually knows a lot, so he's a really cool guy.
Bentley knows a ton about plants. But actually, as far as the AGA goes, like I just found out last week that it was sold out, and then Bentley was like, actually, no, it's not. It is, but you can still go and attend. You just won't get the swag because he's like he's one of the volunteers. So
yeah, so it's hosted by the Greater Seattle Aquarium Society, and I think he's on the board, or he's something to do with them. So yeah, he has all the inside knowledge.
Yeah. But anyway, I just want to say thank you so much, Bob. Thank you for the moderators. Thank you for the super chats. I really appreciate it. And thank you for spending your Wednesday evening with us tonight. So I will just say, join me next week for another edition of Friday Fish Facts.
All right. See you later, guys.